This one is called the brass bridge. Before you try this one, you should 100% warm up your shoulders, and I'll go through a couple of tips on that, and have a very solid brass monkey, okay? Because your life is going to depend on that knee hook there. And of course, as always, make sure you use a spotter, a mat, whatever to make you safe while working on this one. So let's talk about prep on the ground real quick, just a quick run through. If you want to get more in depth in these, you can check out some of the shoulder warm up and flexibility conditioning things. So for the brass bridge, it does take a degree of shoulder and or back flexibility. Okay, it's a range scale between that. Maybe you have super flexy shoulders, but not super flexy back, not really flexy shoulders, either one. And of course, like all tricks, it's going to look different on different bodies. Okay, there is a degree of hip flexor flexibility, but it's not as crucial. It just becomes more of how you want this move to look. So let's talk about what's going on with the shoulders with this one. When we get into this brass bridge, it's going to start from a brass monkey. You can get into your brass monkey from any entrance you want to, okay? But our booty crack is going to be on the pole. And here's the part that most people struggle with is once we're in it, there's going to be this push away moment here. And what's really important is when this leg is hooked, and I'll demo it upside down, but I can't point when I'm upside down. I kind of need my hands. Is that this is your lifeline. This contact point here, hamstring to butt, calf, holding on, all right here. And what you have to be careful to do that you do not do is push your butt away. If you push your butt away, you lose this contact point. You will 100% come out of the move. So practicing what needs to go on, muscle engagement, body awareness wise, right side up is really crucial for this one. So starting out, you can keep both legs on the pole on the floor. You don't need to have this leg on here. You can either interlace your fingers, you can go one above the other. That is personal preference. How you grab the pole, whether it's a cup grip, a true grip with the thumbs wrap, is personal preference. I wouldn't recommend going with the fingers pointing away because that's not going to give you as much push away with it. Generally speaking, I usually go with the thumbs kind of wrapped, one hand on top of the other. Okay, but it's personal preference. Which hand goes on top of the other one? Absolutely personal preference. That's up to you. Don't overthink it. Whichever hand naturally goes, go with it. Okay. But what we want to do on this one, and what's also going to be one of your good warm-ups, is stretch your shoulders and then start to prep the motion of the push away. So what happens for a lot of people is they get upside down, they get their arms to the pole and they're like, now what? There's a different strength component with overhead push versus pushing in front of us. Okay. The closer we get to our range of motion, something I say quite often in my flexibility program, the weaker we get, okay? So in this range, which we use a lot, we're much stronger. The farther you get overhead and back to your full range of flexibility, you're gonna have a harder time pushing away. So for a lot of polars, this is going to be a weaker range of motion, especially now you're gonna be upside down on this move, which means you're fighting against gravity. So make sure you test it out right side up. So what I like to do is after having warmed up shoulders, everything, butt crack to the pole, interlace my fingers with a slight bend in my elbows, okay? Not way down here, not completely straight, little bend. Right now I've got my hands in a cup grip, but like I said, it's personal preference whether you want those thumbs wrapped or not. You're going to think about squeezing your elbows together, not letting them flare out. By squeezing them together, that helps close the armpits. That's where we want to be. And then on the exhale, pressing away with your armpits. And at the same time, I'm engaging my tricep and trying to lengthen that arm. Don't start at your max range of motion. Do these in sets of 3 to 5 to prep for this brass bridge. You're going to start here. Big breath in, exhale, push away as you extend those arms. Inhale, relax it in. Exhale, press away. Inhale, relax it in. Okay, and then if it feels where you're like, okay, it's starting to move. I don't know about you, but the first couple of my shoulders feel a little bit crunchy. Some days it starts to loosen up and I'm ready to move my hands down a little bit closer. Other days I'm like, well, here we are. This is my life. So you can work on bringing those arms down lower. But the important part with this is feeling this. I'm engaging through my upper back to press away, engaging through my triceps, trying to extend my arm because that's also going to help with this pressure away. But at the same time I'm doing all that, I'm still pushing my butt back into the pole. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not bringing everything away because, like I said, when we get upside down, that means we come out of this move. Okay, so make sure you do at least one, if not 2 rounds of these to warm everything up. Whether your head is tipped back or not, that's a personal preference. Whether you want that full shape or not, That's up to you. But really important is feeling that push with the shoulders. Okay, so that was your real quick run through of what needs to happen with your shoulders. Like I said, if you want to go deeper in that, there's some shoulder warm-ups and flexibility programs or flexibility program things either in your training if you're an online polar with my online program, or there are some shortened version condensed on my YouTube channel as well, teasers. So now we're going to take it to the brass monkey. Okay, you should already be 100% solid in your brass monkey, as in you can take your hands off and not fear for your life. Okay, you can get your brass monkey however you want to. Shoulder mount into it, drop down into it, kick up into it. Doesn't matter. Whatever entrance makes you feel like you can trust your life in that hamstring. Okay, so from that, we're going to go to our brass monkey. My short little pole, I got to get down a little bit lower. From that brass, pause a moment, check in with that knee and make sure it feels okay. Can I let go of things and be all right here? Not just all right, solid, okay? If that feels okay, I like to keep the top foot on while I transition my arms. This inside arm needs to come through. Thumb is up. Other hand changes, also thumb up. And I'm bringing my head forward so that my ponytail doesn't get in the way of my hands. Once those hands are in place, it's up to you if you do both at the same time, if you're solid, or if this is new to you, you might want to push with your arms first. If you feel your butt is still on the pole in a solid place, then lower this arm down. Okay, so if this is your first time doing this, I'd recommend keeping that foot on and seeing how this push away feels. Make sure your butt is not losing contact with the pull. If you push out and you're like, okay, we're all right, then this leg can drop down. When you're ready to come out, bring that leg back up, bring that inside arm back through to your brass monkey, and then exiting your brass monkey however you prefer. Okay, so number one, warm up your shoulders, and not just warm them up, but warm up that neuromuscular connection of what needs to happen to push away and still have the butt in contact with the pole. Number two, 100% solid brass monkey. Okay, because once you've pushed away, there's not much between you and the floor if this is not solid. Then from there, if that's feeling okay, keep the foot on the pole, press away with the shoulders first. If you feel that that is solid and your connection is still good, then lower that leg down and play with that shape. If you look at it, you video it, and you're like, okay, I get the gist of it. Now I'd like it to look flexier. Then work on those shoulders. Do more rounds of those push away. Stretch your shoulders more. Open your hip flexors more. That also is going to help with that leg dropping down. So this is your brass bridge. Test it out. Try it out. This one definitely works on spin or static. Okay, but of course, if it is newer to you, you might want to start with it on static. Because when you are in that brass monkey shape, remember before you push out, the pull is going to speed up on your spin. Once you release the leg and push away, your pull is going to slow down. But if that shape is still newer to you, it might feel a little sketchy to go into that. So either start with a slow spin initially or start with on static. And as you feel confident with it, of course, feel free to take it on spin if you're at a level where that is feeling safe for you. So have some fun with this one. I would love to hear how it goes. I would love to see your brass bridge pictures, videos, combos, all the things. Share them with me. And of course, if you would like to dive deeper on some of the flexibility that is involved with this brass bridge shape, which includes that active flexibility of your shoulders, opening up your hip flexors, upper back, and more, those are things that I do go much deeper in my online EV-Fit program, both for polars and flexibility. So feel free to check those out. Website deets below, www.elizabethbfit.com. Happy polling.